more and more knowledgeable about
Yes.
this camera.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Bill.
Okay. I was just talking about the fact that we have a county just next door to us called Stanislaus County. We got a river that separates Tuolumne County from Calaveras County, the Stanislaus River. The Stanislaus River goes up into a large national forest called the Stanislaus National Forest. An obvious question should be, who or what was Stanislaus? I'm surprised at the number even of locals that are not familiar with why all of these were named after Stanislaus. Stanislaus was a native Californian, and it goes back to when California belonged to Mexico. As you know, Spain created a series of missions up the coast of California in order to lay claim to the surrounding land. In my mind, the primary purpose of the missions was to lay claim, but the missions stated the primary purpose was to teach the native Californians Spain's Christian way of life and helping, in their words, the heathen Indians to a better life. The high question as to the true benefit. In fact, when Pope Francis was visiting us, Father Serra, who was the priest that was responsible for these missions, was made a saint. So, but there was some controversy over that. They said, well, did he really help the Indians? Some say he did, and some say he didn't. But one mission, the Mission San Jose, was established because it was the gateway to the largest area of native Californians. The San Joaquin Valley, Livermore Valley, it was at a major crossroad. And so the Mission San Jose, which is not in San Jose, just sort of a personal point of reference, is in the city of Fremont. The city of San Jose was later established in reference to the mission, not the other way around. But in the early 1800s, a Indian was given the responsibility of being, they called him the alcalde basically mayor, chief, or in this case Indian chief, was given to a native Californian who was given a Christian name after a saint, Saint Stanislaus. We now know him as Chief Stanislaus. At that time, in 1810, Mexico began a revolution against Spain to become independent. This revolution lasted 11 years, and at the end of that time, in 1821, Mexico successfully gained its independence from Spain. But there was a serious problem that occurred at that time, is that when the missions were no longer under the direct control of Spain, the soldiers gained more and more power, and as such began to abuse the Indians with greater freedom. So Stanislaus, or Chief Stanislaus, as the alcalde, had a serious challenge how to fulfill his responsibilities to the mission in keeping the Indians under control, and yet to protect his people from abuses of the soldiers. He could not do this openly, and so he would avenge the soldiers' abuse by secreting his identity by wearing a mask and a cape. And he assumed the avenging personality of the fox. The fox is cunning and can befuddle its pursuers. Now, interestingly, for those that know the Spanish word for fox is Zorro. And when he avenged the abuse of the soldiers, he would leave a scratched Z representing the Zorro is the defender of so Stanislaw did this for a number of years, but by 1828 things became so bad that Stanislaw left the mission in open rebellion. Let's put it on pause. To be continued.
Did it stop?